Hello and welcome to my assignment 2 on the course ED252 Educational Psychology and the Teaching Process presentation. I will be presenting on some learning episodes on behavioral, cognitive, and social cultural theories. My name is Joy Aihuno and my ID number is S02005642 and I'm presenting from the Solomon Islands. Learning theories are designs that provide a common understanding of how people learn. They support and influence teaching practices and learning outcomes. They are important for teachers to plan effective and engaging learning environments and to meet the diverse needs of learners. The overview of the three learning theories. Firstly, behavioral learning theory focuses on observable behaviors which are shaped by the environment. Secondly, cognitive learning theory focuses on internal mental processes and organizing knowledge. Thirdly, social cultural theory focuses on how social interactions and culture mediate learning. Identifying the learning episodes. Behavioral learning theory. Behavioral learning episode is children learns to clean up through reward system. The description of the learning episode is year 2 children complete morning tasks. They receive a sticker and after 10 stickers they choose a game for the subject that they chooses. The core idea of this episode is learning is a change in observable behavior and shaped by the consequences like rewards and punishment. And experience that I have when I was in year 1 was through health checks. Mrs. Kivo, my teacher at that time, conducted daily health checks, checking uniforms, nails, teeth, the healthy hygiene practices. And she made a chart that tracks our performances and efforts. The use of positive reinforcements were given to us. If all boxes colored at the week's ends, uh, we receive rewards like books, stickers, and free time. Also, punishments were done with those students with poor hygiene. They were punished. Okay, so by repeatedly um, giving us stickers and rewards changes our behavior, as well as punishing us helps us to change our behavior also and to practice more clean hygiene. The analysis of this behavioral learning is it uses positive and negative reinforcements to strengthen desired behaviors. Also, it focuses on measurable actions, not internal thoughts. Moreover, it employs operant conditioning to modify behavior through consequences such as positive reinforcement and punishment. Repeated practice of positive reinforcement increases likelihood for a behavior, and repeatedly practice of punishment decreases likelihood of a behavior, as seen in the examples given. With cognitive learning theory, the cognitive learning episode is year 3 students learning half and quarters as fractions. The description of this learning episode is the year 3 teacher introduces fractions with a simple story and models the fraction by chopping and dividing the melon into equal slices, half and quarters. Teacher asks students what they already know about sharing and show one half with one quarter how it looks. Students draw their own melons, explain why two quarters equal one half, and check on their ideas with their partner using questions like, how did you divide it? And how do you know the pieces make a whole? The core idea of this learning episode is learning is an internal process of organizing knowledge and forming mental models. An experience that I had during my uh, primary days in year 2 is on writing, learning to write sentences using picture cards. My teacher, Mrs. Gapu, used a structured process. Firstly, she modeled the she modeled for us. She showed preposition cards, and then after modeling the cards, showing to us and showing the names on the words on the cards, she made us to do oral practice. That is, she made us students to identify nouns and the positions of nouns on real objects as well as cards. After practicing orally, we were guided to use sentence stems that she provided for us. So we had to practice orally, and then because of her giving us sentence stems, we were then told to use the stems to write sentences about pictures that she gave on a picture card. So you see, by going through all this process and this structure, we were able to then write our own sentences at the end. Analysis of cognitive learning. Cognitive learning builds on prior knowledge using the oral language. Also, it uses modeling and visualing aids to reduce memory load and support understanding, which focuses on internal understanding and mental processes. Cognitive learning may not require social interaction to achieve fluency. Social cultural learning theory. Social learning episode. A teenage boy learns to cook traditional dishes by helping his grandmother in the kitchen. Description of this episode is the grandmother models techniques, explains cultural significance, and encourages the teenager to try tasks like chopping, seasoning, and plating. They talk about family traditions while cooking. The core idea of this episode is learning is a social process embedded in cultural context, mediated through interaction. And for myself, I've experienced this at home while making pudding. Each child in the family learned by helping my parents prepare this traditional dish. We were given tasks and we were given tasks like the boys were the ones to grate coconuts and pound the taros, whilst the girls gather stones with banana leaves for wrapping and banana trunks for the oven base. We interacted through conversations, through dialogues through our mother tongue languages as well as Pidgin. Therefore, we learned through conversation and interacting, plus doing some practices or doing the practice while doing the work. So therefore, learning occurred through guidance, observations, interaction, and practices. Analysis of social cultural learning. The zone of proximal development, ZPD. Children could not have learned without parental guidance. And with scaffolding, parents provide support that was gradually removed as children grow confidence in themselves. And the cultural tools used, such as utensils, recipes, and the native language, help to transmit the knowledge. Therefore, learning is social and collaborative, embedded in relationships and cultural context. Comparing the three learning theories. Behavioral theory is best for targeting discrete, rapid responses. Example, packing away. Building fluency and automatic skills through practice and reinforcement. Cognitive theory is best for developing conceptual understanding and transfer of knowledge. Example, understanding the fractions. Using scaffolding and worked examples help to build mental schemas. Social-cultural theory is best for meaning making. Through language and social interaction, example the cultural cooking, help to make children to learn, using conversation and mentoring to link learning to identity and community. So teachers should choose the theory and framework based on specific learning goals. Some practical applications from experience. Using forum and experience is more on behavioral theory, because using these rewards and reinforcement in class, it establishes habits. Example, the hygiene practices that was mentioned earlier. And using the lectures and teaching from experience, it helps to it identifies that cognitive theory is more practical for this one, since using step-by-step modeling, example the slicing of melon for fraction, leads to more accurate student work and explanations. And with personal experiences, we should use social cultural theory, because learning through guided participation in culturally relevant tasks, example the cooking, builds confidence and ensures knowledge is meaningfully retained. To conclude, effective instruction often integrates all three theories. Combining the strength of these theories will be more powerful and effective in teaching. Behavioral theory provides structure and reinforcement for foundational skills. Cognitive theory promotes organization and transfer of knowledge. Social cultural theory ensures learning is socially meaningful and culturally situated. Therefore, understanding each theory allows teachers to select methods aligned with learning goals, address diverse student learning needs, create flexible and powerful instruction for any classroom. Lastly, these are the references that I've used to do my reading and gather my information for this presentation. Thank you for listening.